Yeah, hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome. New morning, new week, daily live stream, new month even. Yeah, I hope you had a wonderful weekend or relaxing weekend. And yeah, so I had also an interesting weekend. I tell you about that in a second. Yeah. So today I brought also something. You know me, sometimes in the morning I bring some items. This time I brought a candle. Yeah. So what candle? Do you know about candles? So for long centuries they were the source of light in so many houses. Yeah. So actually they are attributed to the old Egyptians, and they took some reed, yeah, from the river, the reed, and they put animal fat into it, and then they lighted it. So that was maybe the first candles that were invented, yeah, in old Egyptian. Also, the Romans had the wicked candles, yeah, and yeah, so many thousands of years, or hundreds, and yeah, even thousands of years, people are using candles. And okay, there were improvements like better animal fat, like when they found out that there's whale fat, it burns brighter and makes less dirt. So that was around the 1850s. And yeah, so that was lighting up. So there are different kind of candles here, big and small. Yeah. But I brought something else. I brought also a light bulb. Yeah, you know about this invention. Yeah, this was is said to be by Thomas Edison, but actually he didn't invent it. It was invented 50 years old earlier by a gentleman who was called Sir Humphrey Davy, an English scientist, and he connected the ends of two batteries with a coal strip, and it lighted. But the problem was it was only lighting for some hours, and then it was burned. So Thomas Edison, and he made this glass around it, and therefore it burned then 1,200 hours in an average, and this was a breakthrough actually. Yeah, so yeah, welcome to our live stream, and let's keep this in mind when we discuss our topic. Oh, let me share the screen. I changed my mind about best practices. So what happened? What happened? Why did I change my mind? So first of all, yeah, I must send my apologies for those who were on YouTube on Friday, because you did wait in the live stream and it seemed not to come. So that was a misconfiguration of me. Sorry for that. The live stream was streamed, but into a private live stream, so that was the wrong button. Yeah, you always have to take care and not be too self-confident. But I am confident today that YouTube is working again. Also, you can join and share this on YouTube, these links here. And LinkedIn also. Also, join us on Menti for polls and Q&A. And let me put this number actually so that you can see it. This is also this configuration here, and then go on. So join us on Menti, because as usual we do polls and Q&A. So this is this tool, menti.com. We have it as an interactive experience, and use the code 18770639. So as usual, we are doing our polls and Q&As. You can join us. Okay, so this was the result of our poll on Friday. We talked about reimagination of processes, making new, yeah, same thing here. Yeah, light bulb and candle, yeah. Old imagination, new imagination. Yeah? So And we thought, okay, about what is possible, what has possibly the highest impact, which process, if we reimagine it. So we are discussing a lot of processes. Yeah, actually, when we talk of S/4HANA Cloud, then we are talking about 2,000 processes. Yeah, if we are talking about SAP Business by Design, we are talking about 300 processes, process building blocks. So we can, set some priorities. And this was the poll. So I asked highest impact, what has the highest impact, which processes, if we reimagine them. And the answer was supplier invoices first. Second was create customer request. Third was create offer for customer. And fourth was post overhead cost. And fifth was create income statement. So we concluded maybe mainly the processes which we have relationships to our business partners, which is suppliers or customers. If we invest our reimagination capacity into those, how we can improve or reimagine them, then it could have the biggest impact. So that was our poll. And so what about me changing my mind about best practice processes? Actually, this is what happened. Let me show you. So I had a discussion on LinkedIn with a new LinkedIn contact, Christopher Pacher. He made an interesting statement here. Digitalisiert man Prozesse, ohne sie neu zu denken, ist es wie ein Kartenhaus zu bauen. Es mag am Anfang zusammenhalten, aber es wird einstürzen und ein Durcheinander hinterlassen. So in English, if you digitalize processes without reimagination them new, then they fall together like a card house. And they may, in the beginning, it may be fine, but then it would crash and make a big mess. So that was an interesting statement. And we had an interesting discussion with process experts here down. And then I was so thinking about this discussion that I was writing a blog article, you know me. So when I think about something and I consider this, then I write this blog article. So this is the blog article. It is about evolution of process landscape. Evolution der Prozesslandschaft, neu denken oder nur anpassen. So evolution of process landscape, reimaginating new or just adapt. So that is this article. If you want to read it, you can go to a newsletter.adapro.eu. There are our newsletter. And you can, even if you're English speaking, you can Google Translate or so. So what was I writing there? And then I wrote something. I wrote Best Practices aus intelligenten Enterprise-Systemen wie S/4HANA Cloud sind weit mehr als nur Tools. Sie sind in vielen Fällen bewährte, erfolgserprobte und gleichzeitig fortschrittliche Prozesse, die nur darauf warten, in einem Unternehmen angewendet zu werden. If we Google Translate this for fairness of our English-speaking participants, best practices from intelligent enterprise systems such as SAP S/4HANA Cloud are far more than just tools. In many cases, they are proven, tried and tested, and at the same time progressive processes that are just, or should I say innovative processes, that are just waiting to be used in a company. So that was what I wrote. And I think when I wrote it, I had some feeling in my stomach, but I didn't hear on that feeling. So, and then I went to yard work, and then even more I was thinking, when you do yard work, you can think a lot. So that it was Saturday, and I think, Frank, what did you write there? So what did you write? What is this? Does this make any sense? So there are proven, tried and tested, the best practice processes, are proven, tried and tested, and at the same time progressive and innovative processes. So it seems like a contradiction. And actually, if you think about it, it is a contradiction. So, actually, it is a contradiction. Yeah, because we have to consider. We have to consider that. Okay, let me make this big. There's progress. Yeah, there's progress, and yeah, you remember here the light, different lights. Yeah, candle and. So the digital era is evolving into an intelligence area. This is a slide from SAP that I like. So in the 1960s till 1990s, we had this mainframes and PCs. Yeah, this was basic computing. Yeah. So back then we maybe had our C64 and did things. And then client and server internet. Yeah, I remember the day when we first entered the World Wide Web. Yeah, it was I think the American Space Agency that did the first www page. So widespread PC adoption, broadband internet, ERP and business process technologies was invented back then. Yeah, so that was also the time, the big time of SAP. And actually, let me think about it. I think in that area I was also at SAP. Yeah. Yeah, so we programmed SAP R3, and yeah, so that was the thing to do. Yeah, business process automation. So that is even an old thing. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I'm not saying that it is not necessary today. Process automation, it is necessary. Yeah, but it is not the newest thing in the world. Yeah, to say. Yeah. So, and then we have next area, if you want, 2000 to 2010, cloud, mobile, big data. Yeah? So mobile and smartphones are ubiquity, cloud computing, social networks, big data. And digital transformation, that is what was this 2000 to 2010. And when I say in this area, it is invention, yeah? I'm talking about invention and not about broad adoption. So some things are broadly adopted, yes, mobile is broadly adopted and so on. But cloud computing, okay, so yeah, everybody has a cloud computing something, yeah. You have your phone and you're connected to iCloud or whatever, but do you have a cloud ERP? I think there's many potential already to be also discovered. So it was invented and partly adopted, and yeah, and now we have this area of intelligent technologies. Yeah, so we have new technologies like machine learning, artificial intelligence. Now everyone's talking about it, Internet of Things and distributed computing, blockchain, and whatever. We even don't exactly know what all of this means. Yeah, so we will have certainly deep dives into machine learning and Internet of Things and blockchain and so on. But yeah, so many are thinking, yeah, what is this? Yeah, how can I use this? So this is sometimes sounds like science fiction. Yeah, so there is a progression. Yeah, and it is obvious that what is a best practice maybe today. Yeah, so when you were in 1800, this was the best practice, obviously. Yeah, the candle. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, but if you are in 2000, year 2000, it is not the best practice anymore. Yeah. So then this is the best practice. Yeah, and there are always times of change. Yeah, the winds of change. You know that song, maybe Winds of Change. And this was then around yeah, when the light bulb was invented. Yeah, it was 1850s. Yeah. And then there was maybe a battle between, so what is the best practice? Yeah. So are they both best practices at that point in time? No. This was the best practice and this was the next practice. Yeah? We could call it next practice. This was the best practice in the 1850s and this was the next practice. So this is not the same thing. This was innovative. Maybe people were afraid. Yeah, maybe next time I show you a cartoon about how people were afraid of electricity actually. Yeah, really, this is crazy. And they made even against electricity, let's say some propaganda. Yeah? So that is a different thing, because they have different characteristics. Yeah. So let us, for example, consider what we discussed in source to contract. If we reimagine our source to contract traditional scenario, we did discuss this sometimes in our live streams. Yeah, working contract versions have saved on a local shared drive with drafts sent to supplier by email, requiring follow-up to ensure receipt of contract. Manual update of contract based on comments received, possibly in multiple formats, Microsoft Word, email, PDF. So that is the traditional scenario. In the new world in SAP solutions is, for example, collaboration. Collaborate on initiating, drafting and negotiating contracts in the near real time with sub-Ariba contracts. Yeah, so this is the new, and this is the old, this one, candle. Yeah. So, but what then is the best practice? Yeah. So maybe that is a next practice for many, because how many have this collaboration portal already? How many are using this already? Yeah. How many adoptions do we have? Yeah. So there is adoption, but for many in the mid-market, for example, this is a new technology. Yeah, actually. So. And how about Reimagine invoice to cash, what we discussed? Yeah, we said traditional scenario is goods dispatch, billing and invoice, receivable process. We can certainly say this is a best practice process. Yeah. But what about this? This is a new way of doing things. Yeah, light bulb. It is a next practice process, I would say. Yeah. Create a single invoice, combine billable items from different channels and billing categories, one-time billing, recurring billing, and usage-based billing. We discussed about this earlier in other live streams. Supplier shares preliminary billing documents with customers. Supplier and customers agree on invoice items based on preliminary billing documents. And this is the new thing, this agreement before actually posting the main invoices, the supplier invoices and the customer invoice, and the accounts receivable and accounts payable. So supplier invoice is finally done in this omni-channel convergent invoice after it has been agreed, and then supplier receives electronic payments and automatic receivables matching improves settlement. So with that, it's a different process than usually. And only if this is adopted widely, we can say maybe it's a best practice process. So obviously this is the topic of discussion, but this is what I was thinking about. So maybe I have some criteria, what is a best practice process and what is a next practice process. Yeah. So I would say best practices is widespread adoption. Yeah. It's widely used in many companies. And it has some feature of stability. Yeah, you know what you get, and this is proven many, many times. Yeah. There's also an element of risk reduction. You don't do experiments. This is something you can just use, and it works. Yeah. It's proven and tested. Yeah. And it is standardization. Yeah. Typically involves standardization procedures that reduce variations and complexity. So that is standardization, best practices. And efficiency. Yeah. So optimize current processes and for maximum efficiency. Even if we think about the candle, this was also maximized for efficiency with better fat, types of fat from whale in this example. This burns brighter. Yeah, this is efficiency. So that were some attributes that I thought of. As always, in my live streams, I'm always only sharing my perspective. So, efficiency. So widespread adoption, stability, risk reduction, proven and tested, standardization and efficiency. That's my perspective on best practices. What about next practices? This one. Innovation. This approach introduces a new approach of doing things. So that would be a new approach of doing things. New world. Also that, and we have many examples from this. And they have a potential to have a disruptive a significant advantage. Yeah. So if you compare two candles with each other, you can say, okay, this candle is better than this one. Yeah. Maybe yeah, it has a slight advantage compared to that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then you have optimized this candle process. Yeah. But no matter how often and how hard you optimize this candle process, you will never reach the level of advantage you have with this light bulb. Never, ever. Because it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing. It serves the same purpose, obviously, yeah. You have light, yeah. And but it's done completely different. And that is the thing to consider, yeah. You're reaching new levels of advantage with that, yeah, that you cannot reach by optimizing processes. And you have a certain flexibility, so next practices are often adaptable and flexible. I would say they are proactive. Instead of reactive, you don't wait until you are forced to improve something, because you're thinking forward. You're thinking, how can I move on? How can I make an advantage compared to my competition? Yeah? Also, there's a certain element of experimentation in it. Yeah? So it's, let's see how this works. Yeah, if we've done it, not yet done it, we will see how that works. How many of our customers or suppliers will agree to that different process? Because obviously you can only do that if your business partners, customers or suppliers will also join in doing that new process. Yeah, maybe then you have 95% business partners doing the old process and 5% doing the new process with you. It's possible. Yeah? So there's a certain element of experimentation in it. Yeah, and this new process, this aims at creating value by enhancing the customer experience. And we said here, for example, typically it is 10 to 30% improved customer satisfaction. Yeah? So that is, if it works, then it has the potential to create value through to customer satisfaction or better customer experience, generating new revenue streams or creating efficiencies that were previously not possible. That was what we already said. So all in all, maybe the next practices, they have the element of innovation, flexibility, proactiveness, experimentation and value creation on a higher level. Yeah. So yeah, there are some differences. Actually, this is also a slide from SAP which came to my mind when doing my yard work, and it is titled Next Practices Driven by an Intelligent Enterprise. So I'm not saying that this is a completely thought through concept, but at least there is this idea of next practice versus best practice. So what are typical capabilities of a next practice? Yeah? It's visibility, the ability to collect and connect data that was previously siloed to recognize unseen patterns. Yeah? Focus, the ability to simulate the impact of potential options and direct share resources to the areas of maximum impact. And agility, the ability to respond faster to changes in the marketplace or the business and to pivot business processes towards the right customer outcomes. So I really like these three capabilities because they focus on, they help us to explain better what an intelligent enterprise is. It is not just collecting data, but getting them visible and to to search through the haystack and find the needle which needs the focus. Yeah, you have some insights, and from that insights you get derived some practical actions. That is the agility part that help you to improve your business actually. So it's not only I can post my supplier invoices and my customer invoices, but to better draw some more advantages from that, because you have near real-time information that you can use in your daily decision makings actually. So that is that are some also properties on that slide about intelligent enterprise. Next practices. that I thought would be interesting to consider. So maybe that is not a completely theory or something like this, but yeah, that was what my story about what I changed my mind about what I wrote in the article. A business process cannot be at the same time a best practice process and a next practice process. Yeah, so there's a difference. I know that we have also for these next practice processes. Maybe I need to practice that. Even for that next practice process, we have value references. That means these are already companies that are using the next practices successfully, and they achieve this significant advantage. Yeah, so they were the brave ones, and consider how they need to decide. They need to be innovative instead of just secure and risk reduction. Yeah, so they need to go forward. And then if they succeeded, and here there are examples that succeeded in that value references, they harvest the profit from it. Yeah, and these are the value references of those who did already the next practices. But I would say maybe we can only call them best practices after they have a widespread adoption. So currently there's not this widespread adoption of these next practices. Yeah, obviously. Okay, maybe you have a different opinion, but just tell me how many companies you know that are currently using machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and distributed computing and blockchain already in productive processes. Maybe there are some, but these are new technologies that are going to, and also this processes here that we discussed, be adopted. So that was my take on this discussion of best practice versus next practice. And I don't know where this leads. This was just sharing my thoughts that came at the... So we are getting some comments. Oh, I'm really happy to expect you tomorrow in my live stream, T. He writes, good point between best practice and next practice, and within the next practice, a best practice established over time, and nowadays new categories are quicker than ever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that is, how long is this time, between this level and this level? And how long was this time between the first level and the second level? It was longer. Here you have 30 years maybe. Here it was 10 years, maybe here 10 years, 10 years. Okay, yeah. Things are getting faster, so you have to speed up actually, and that is exactly the thing. This discussion of the speed of innovation. Can you keep up the speed of innovation? And that is exactly why we are doing Cloud ERP, because only in Cloud ERP you can keep up to this speed of innovation. You can only digest with Cloud ERP this intelligent technologies that are now emerging and are adopted by early adopters and then put into practice faster by those who have Cloud ERP, and they are widening their advantage. They are widening their advantage, while others still stay on their old world. Yeah, so thank you for that. So I'm happy to discuss with you, T, tomorrow in our live stream. That would be very interesting. But let us now first do our poll, because so 2 polls, and I'm interested in your opinion. Join us at menti.com, use code 18770639, and what is your opinion? What are the most important attributes of best practices? Just your opinion. Is it widespread adoption, stability, risk reduction, proven and tested, standardization, and efficiency? So what, in your opinion, would you say is the most important attributes of best practices? So let us think about that. I'm interested in your opinion about that. So code 18770639. So first words are coming in. Thank you. I'll do a countdown. Let us take 30 seconds for that. So you still have 10 seconds, about 10 seconds to answer. If you join, you don't have to fill out everything, you can just submit. Yeah, so thank you very much. So efficiency was the winner. Yeah, that was, I agreed with that. Yeah, efficiency, standardization second, yeah. That is what many mid-market companies are looking for, standardization. I remember this project we did, yeah. That was a very important, but there's a big gap because efficiency maybe is the purpose of the standardization. Widespread adoption, yeah, stability, then risk reduction, and then proven and tested. Yeah, so thank you for your opinion. Let's do the second poll. Same question about what are the most important attributes of next practices. In your opinion, is it innovation? Is it flexibility? Is it proactive? Is it experimentation? Is it better customer experience? Is it new revenue streams? Or is it new levels of efficiencies? Okay, so let's have the second poll. Okay, let us also start a timer. We have 25 seconds to answer. Fifteen more seconds. Yeah, so thank you for your opinion. So first is new levels of efficiencies. Wow. Yeah, I think that is why processes are improved actually. Yeah? I would have preferred better customer experience, but that is why we do the polls, because we want to learn your experience. But I think better customer experience is also on level on place 3. And then we have innovation, to create progress. Flexibility, then 4th, 5th, new revenue streams, and 6th, proactive, and 7th, experimentation. Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you. That is interesting discussion. Okay, so time is up. No questions up till there. So thank you for T for commenting on already live in LinkedIn. And yeah, so we are happy to welcome you to tomorrow. Debating process and landscape maturity and BPI. So we will have a first time this collaborative live stream together tomorrow 8 o'clock. And I'm looking forward to it. Everybody's invited to join as T and me will discuss about and around process and landscape maturity and business process intelligence. Thank you very much. And Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.